Happy Monday to you. Take two with Jerry and Debbie. A new month getting underway. Good to have you with us. I am Jerry Usher, along with, yes, Debbie Georgianni. She was not on the show Friday, but she was headed for a very important event, and it went just absolutely great. So we'll have Debbie tell you about that in a minute. But we want to at least get the phone line started, Deb, because once we let people know, those who don't know what we're doing today on the program, everybody has something they're praying about, and we want to join with them in praying today.
First live broadcast of every month, we dedicate it to prayer. So whom or what are you praying for? We would love to pray together as a Take Two family. Please share it on the air by calling in at 1-833-288-3986, or you can text us. You text the letters EWTN to 55000, or you... Yeah, 3 zeros, right, 55000. Or you could email us, take2@EWTN.com. You can go on social media, YouTube, Facebook. Hi, everyone. Your chats are going strong. Leave your prayer intentions and requests there. And if we don't read everything on the air, we are certainly reading them and holding them up at the end of the show when we will pray. I believe it's my turn, Jerry, the Memorare, and lifting all the prayers up to the Blessed Mother for her amazing assistance. But Jerry, I'm sorry. I just have to stop this broadcast. It's too important. We have breaking news coming in. Are you ready for this? There's a history report. Something very, very special happened 58 years ago today. Do you have any idea what it is?
I don't remember back that far. You're going to have to remind me.
Okay. A little precious, miraculous baby boy was born, and his name was, I believe, do I have this correct? Gerard Joseph Usher?
Another middle name in there, Gerard Joseph Harrison Usher. I got two middle names, one for each of my grandfathers.
I didn't
Joseph
know that.
Harrison.
And I was born on Harrison Avenue. How funny. That is so interesting. Yeah, so little Jerry, who's now 58 years old, I'm just saying it, Jerry, we're very transparent. So we give our age. We're free about that. It's his birthday today, folks. And text messages and emails are coming in, and everybody is just wishing him a happy birthday. Jerry, you definitely make this world a much better place. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Thank God you were born.
Well, I do too. I'd love to tell the story of how I was 24 hours in labor and put my mother through considerable discomfort, and that's a gross understatement. But we don't have time for that. We're taking prayer intentions today. But let me give you the phone number, and then I want to hear about the conference, okay?
Okay. All right.
If you have something you're praying about, someone, something, there's an intention on your heart today is whom or what are you praying for at 833-288-EWTN or 833-288-3986. You have all the other ways to get a hold of us as well. Text message, email, show, a website you can post. You can put your comments on YouTube or Facebook. And at the end of the show, as we always do, we'll save a couple minutes and we will say a prayer. And all of the prayers that are mentioned that we get on the air and all those that are in your hearts, because we can't get nearly to all of you on the air or read them or what have you. But they are all included. They're all encompassed in that prayer at the end of the program. So 833-288-3986. Do not wait because the lines are jammed when we do this program because we've all got something to pray about, right, Deb?
That's true. Okay, so you asked about the conference. I was in Houston, and by the way, I have a little bit of allergies going on because apparently there was something blooming in Houston. So we all kind of walked away. Our eyes were red and sniffling a little bit. So please forgive me, folks. But Houston was amazing, very welcoming. The folks are so genuine and loving, and lots of hugs and lots of. I love Take Two. I listen to you right before I go to lunch. So thank you, everyone. I went to the Fullness of Truth conference. I was one of the speakers with Adam Bly, religious demonologist, and Father Wolfgang Seitz, who spoke on angels. Amazing 2-day conference in Spring, Texas. And I just want to say to the Take Two family, thank you. I'm going to try very hard not to cry. On the plane ride home, I just was so grateful in my heart, and I was thanking God so very much for the prayers. You guys all checked up on me. You were all praying around the clock. You know who you are. You were all definitely part of the conference in spirit. And I'll tell you what, it was an amazing, miraculous conference. I could take up 3 or 4 shows talking about the things that happened. All I can tell you is everybody walked away. I think everybody hopefully walked away with a better understanding of guardian angels, an awareness of what's happening with demons. And you know what? I think it was really, the conference really was heaven sent. That's the best way I could say it. And I just want to say thank you. I felt like I was floating, Jerry, and it went so smooth. And it was almost like an out of body experience, to be honest with you. It was pretty amazing. But real quickly, I just want to thank Tim, who's the station manager for Guadalupe Radio Network in Houston, was the MC, was so kind, made several mentions about Take Two and how popular it is in the Houston area. And then the last thing I want to thank the conference organizers, everybody that attended. You guys were just awesome. There were sign-up sheets, Jerry, for people to get information about the things that we're going to be unveiling in the next couple months, like the webinars. And by the way, Adam Bly is booked for the first webinar in July, folks. So this is exciting. And folks were signing up, Jerry, about the rosaries and things that we have planned that are really tied into Take Two and Stand Tall. And I just wanted to say, folks, I am so sorry we cannot locate that sign-up sheet. The bookstore was packed and the sign-up sheet is missing. So please email us, okay, at take2@EWTN.com if you want any information on the rosaries, the webinars, what Jerry and Debbie are up to, Jerry's birthday, whatever you want. Any information we're willing to give, take2@EWTN.com. But thank you, Jerry, for allowing me this time. Wow, it was amazing. And I plan on, if it's okay with you, Jerry, putting on the show calendar maybe in August, a topic on guardian angels, because it was very, very popular.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm sure you did a great job. And as Debbie and I were talking after the event before she flew home, I got to thinking, man, why didn't I just catch a plane and go down there too and just sort of mix in with the crowd and listen to Debbie's talk and Father Seitz's talk and Adam Bly's. So anyway, great job, Debbie. Glad you got home safe and sound. No one happier than Marty, of course, that you got home safe and sound. So, again, it's Take Two with Jerry and Debbie today. We're taking your prayer intentions at the end of the program. We'll lift them all up before the Lord. And Debbie Karen, one of our great listeners, says happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to Marty on the 3rd.
Oh,
she says my dad's
Karen.
birthday is July 3rd. Her dad's birthday is the same day as Marty's.
Okay.
And he will be 74. And Karen says her 17th wedding anniversary is on the 5th of July. So, boy, this is going to be an incredible week for Karen and her family. We're praying for all of you, Karen. Thanks for your great email.
Thank you, Karen. And don't forget, Tony was one of the first ones that weighed in, Jerry, early this morning, wishing you a very happy birthday from Texas. So thank you, Tony, for doing that. And thank you for your prayers, Tony, and the gifts that you sent us. This is Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. Whom or what are you praying for?
We know you like listening to Take Two with Jerry and Debbie on EWTN Radio, but have you thought about bringing them to your next event? No matter what type of event you're hosting, parish mission, conference, or retreat, trust Jerry and Debbie to make it come alive. Begin the process today of taking your presentation to the next level of success. For information on booking Jerry and Debbie, visit take2show.com, click on the J&D logo.
Father Benedict Rochelle.
Brothers and sisters, we got to tell the truth in this country. For heaven's sakes, I wouldn't want to go to a synagogue and find that they were having a Muslim service. I wouldn't want to go to a mosque and run into a Baptist service. I don't want to go to a Baptist church and find out that they're having Mass. We've got to be honest to ourselves. We've got to be what we are. I'd rather a good old-fashioned, honest agnostic than a phony Christian any day of the week. There are reluctant agnostics. There are atheists who are searching for God, and they may find him. But somebody who says they're doing something in the name of God, in the name of Christ, and God and Christ have nothing to do with it, is violating this commandment. I am the Lord your God. You shall not take my name in vain.
The people you know and trust are on EWTN.
Take Two with Jerry and Debbie, and the show team is in place today. Ryan Penny. Ryan will be the one who screens your calls for us. And we've got Rich Jesse on controls. Jeff Burson is handling social media, so you can, as always, leave your prayer intentions on Facebook or YouTube, the EWTN Catholic Radio channels, and we will get to those, as many of them as we can, on the program today. Just want to mention real quickly before we get to your calls, Catholic Answers Live tonight. They're going to have Father Philip Bochansky, and he is now the new head of Courage. Father Paul Czech was for a number of years, and I believe Father Czech took over for Father John Harvey, who founded Courage, and it's a ministry to Catholics with the same-sex attraction, and very, very effective. And Catholic Answers is going to talk at 6 p.m. Eastern with Father Bochansky. He's the new director of that. And Debbie, if I may, I would like to mention that we got an email from Jane today. Here it is. This is the Take Two family for you. Jane was here listening to our call with Monica the other day, and we had referenced courage in that call, and then Jane had heard from Jennifer Roback Morse, who's frequently on EWTN radio and television, about a new ministry, or I don't know if it's new, but it's called Changed. Changed is the ministry. It's similar to Courage, and it's for LGBTQ people who want to live chaste lives, happy, wholesome Christian lives. And so in addition to Courage, we just want to let people know that Changed is out there as well. And we want to thank Jane for the heads up on that.
Yes, thank you, Jane, so very much. Jerry, you're quite popular. I'm up to 9 text messages so far. People are all wishing you a happy birthday.
I wish they had my number.
I'm passing it on. Passing it on to you. Isn't that wonderful? Everybody's wishing you a happy. And they're all asking. They're all asking what you're doing, what you're going to be doing today. Are you going to go to dinner? Are you going to have cake? I know you mostly live a paleo diet, so that's no sugar, no
I might
starches.
have a bite of ice cream or something. Yeah.
Oh, ice cream.
I might. I definitely might.
Definitely might. Don't forget to put a candle in it. Okay.
Right.
In the ice cream. Okay. We do have some open phone lines. If you have somebody you are praying for, if there's something you wish to present to God in prayer, please, we'd love to join you in that. We're prayer warriors. We storm heaven together. That's what the mystical body of Christ should be doing, and that's what we tried to do. So here's the number, 833-288-EWTN, 833-288-3986. Okay, let's go to Jessica, and Jessica is in Memphis, Tennessee, listening on the EWTN app, and also a first-time caller. Hi, Jessica. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask all of the Take Two family to lift up our baby daughter, Lucy, in prayer. She's 4 months old, and after she was born, we discovered that she has a rare metabolic disorder, and so that's affected a lot of things in her life. We have actually been asking the intercession of Drs. John and Lynn Billings of the Billings Ovulation Method of Natural Family Planning for their intercession, if it's God's holy will, that she be healed. Their cause has been open for canonization, and we would love, if it's God's will, for Lucy to be one of their miracles that helps them on their road to official sainthood.
Wow. Jessica, can you spell your daughter's name? Because I put it in the book and we get emails, and so I want to make sure I get her name spelled correctly.
Absolutely. It's Lucy, L-U-C-Y.
L-U-C. Okay, Lucy. I'm sorry. It sounded different over the radio. Okay, so it's Lucy. And now, that is so beautiful. We're going to be praying that if it, like you said, if it's God's will, that should happen, that she has a full healing of this, and so that that is will be such an incredible miracle, an incredible blessing. The other thing I learned this weekend, I just want to add this. Adam Bly and I, we had, he's a religious demonologist, and we had breakfast together before we left for the airport Sunday morning. And he had shared with me that a lot of times when people are praying for a miracle or praying for a healing, a full healing, there's a lot of... he has found in his work and his ministry work that a lot of the healings come when relics are placed, and you actually sleep with the relic or have the relic near you or on you or something of that nature. Now, granted, your daughter's 4 months old. I would be cautious of that, obviously, for any choking thing or anything like that. But he says in general that the healing happens a lot more frequently when they're sleeping, with it, and it's maybe it could be pinned to the bottom part of her mattress of the crib or something of that nature. The other thing too is that he also said when saints are first canonized, the first several years when they're canonized, there's a lot more of these healings. I didn't know that. Very interesting. So I don't know if that Yeah, I don't know if that plays into what you're praying for. I have a feeling this might all tie in. So I just think there's a lot of I don't know. It brings me a lot of hope. I hope it brings you that as well, Jessica.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we'll be praying too, Jessica, the entire Take Two with Jerry and Debbie family, as you might imagine. It's got to be difficult as a parent in this situation, but now I wanted to confirm too the name of your daughter, Lucy. Did you say? Because
Yes.
is that okay? Yeah. I just wanted final clarification because there is a Saint Lucy as well. So just definitely bring her into the case, and really any saint that you go to, you just simply can't go wrong. So lots of prayers coming your way, Jessica, and we will ask the entire we don't have to ask the Take Two family to pray for you. They're already doing that. So God bless you, and do keep us posted if you get a chance.
Thank you, Jessica, and thank you for being a first-time caller. Keep us posted. You can always email us. We'd love to hear the updates on Lucy at take2@EWTN.com. Okay, there is an open phone line, 833-288-3986. Whom or what are you praying for? This is our monthly show where we dedicate the entire broadcast to prayer, and then the entire month, because we continue on with novenas and rosaries and adoration and going to Mass and everything that the Take Two family loves to do by way of devotionals. Okay, Jerry.
Okay, Shelly is next in Springfield, Missouri, listening on Catholic Radio Network. Hi, Shelly. Good to have you on Take Two with Jerry and Debbie.
My call.
You're welcome.
So very much.
You've got a little bit of a bad phone. I don't know if you're on a cell phone, Shelly. If you can move one direction or the other a couple feet.
Yeah. Yes. Is this? Hold on.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell
you what.
Me?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let's hear how it is now.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. It's a lot better. Yeah. We just wanted to make sure we got the prayer intention, Shelly. Thanks.
Okay, thank you so much, yes, for telling me. Yes, I would like to ask everyone to please pray for my cousin Patrick Coughlin out in Vancouver, Washington. He had a subdural hematoma, and then they did an operation and found pus, inside his cranium, and anyway, I'm just hoping that he'll heal and be able to recover and regain his lucidity and also I'm asking for courage for his family.
Is Patrick is he a believer, Shelly?
Yes.
Okay.
They're Catholic.
Okay.
Mm-hmm, their family is.
Okay. Well, then, did you hear what we were talking to Jessica about? If you could get your hands on a relic, a first class, a third class, whatever relic, and if you could make sure he sleeps with it, it actually touches his pillow or his, he maybe puts it on a chain and he wears it around his neck. I would definitely recommend that. And I have to tell you, it's very interesting because I met somebody at the conference that actually did that and slept with the relic, and in 3 days there was just a miraculous recovery of things. It's pretty. It was a confirmation of. And then I had breakfast, like I said, with Adam, and I was like, wow, I can't believe this. So I've been a Catholic my whole life, and I never really knew that. So if that could help with your cousin Patrick, yes, Shelly.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I'm going to buy one and send it out, and yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, and Shelly, just a couple other saints come to mind for me. I know your cousin's situation goes well beyond headaches, I understand, but I know a couple of the patron saints for headaches. I know because I was battling headaches for several months here recently. Thanks be to God, they've mostly gone away. But Saint Denis, I think it's D-E-N, one N, D-E-N-I-S. And I'm chuckling a little bit. It's not to make light of anybody's prayer intentions, but because he was one of the patrons of headaches because he was preaching. He went through the streets preaching, and the people got to the point where they disliked it so much they beheaded him, and he picked up his head and just kept walking along preaching. One of those miracles that God allowed to happen. So he's one of the patrons of headaches. And I heard that St. Teresa of Avila, too, is one of the patron saints of headaches. And certainly this, like I said, I'm sure your cousin's situation sounds like it's a little more serious than that. But I would go to those two saints in particular as well.
Right. And Real quickly, Jerry, Shelly just said that she would buy a relic. I don't believe you can buy a relic. You
No.
can't buy. Shelly, you can't actually purchase a relic. So what I would suggest you do is go to your local parish and ask the staff if there's a relic that could be for loan, or if you could get a hold of anybody who has relics that they've obtained when they've gone over to visit the saints, where they've touched holy cards up to their relics, or if they, there's first class, third class, there's all different levels of relics, but you can't really purchase one. So I would go to your parish and find out how you can obtain one for your cousin Patrick.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. And my godmother has relic, so I'll get with her too then.
Oh, great,
All
great.
right.
So you've got
There you
someone
go.
to go to.
There you go. And they can be on
Shelley.
loan. They can be on loan. You loan. Jerry, you've been loaned relics. I've been loaned relics. I've mailed them back. I mean, it's you do that, right?
Yeah, my relic of St. Gerard is now with a woman who is trying to conceive a child. He's one of the patrons of mothers trying to conceive. So I have my relic. I shipped it out to somebody, and actually somebody sent me a relic to help with my headaches recently. It was of St. Mary of Jesus Crucified, and this person had said that he had sent it to a couple of bishops and priests, and their headaches were completely taken care of. So the saints are powerful. Their work doesn't end when they leave this earth. In fact, the real stuff just gets going once they get to heaven. So
that's right. Thank you,
bless
Shelly.
you, Shelly. We appreciate your call so very much. Tracy commented on take2show.com. She says, happy birthday, Jerry, first. Thank you very much. She says, I would like to put my son Connor in your prayers. He is a basketball player and is suffering from hip problems. He is starting his last year of college and would love for him to have a healthy year. He has had a rough college career, already missing 2 years due to his knee. And that can be tough. Those kinds of things are... people have dreams, Debbie, and sometimes things like this happen, and their dreams may not be fully realized, but we'll pray for Connor definitely that he has at least a healthy final year of college so he can go out on a very bright note with his knee situation.
Absolutely. If you want to add your prayer intentions or requests or even comments to say happy birthday to Jerry, it's take2 at EWTN.com, social media as well, YouTube, Facebook. Jeff Burson will be posting that shortly for us, and Ryan is answering the phone. So let's move back to the phones to Jerry in your area. Linda, Palm Springs, California, Sirius XM 130, first time caller. Hi, Linda. Welcome.
Hi. I've just been listening to your show for a year. I'm calling for prayers for my son, who is in prison in Thailand for 3 years. I haven't seen him in 4 years. And, well, when it just happened, it was just, beside myself, being so far away. But I have to say, just long story short, within 2 months, he found a Christian group, and he started writing me letters because that's the only way of communication. And he would say, send me this book, send me this article. And I was full-time sending him, that's all I could do was send him articles, and I started reading them. And they were all about Christ. They were all about the teachings about the Bible. There was the one book he could get, the embassy could give him a Bible. He was reborn. And I just kept reading these, and I thought, what about me? What about me? And I finally went back to my church of origin, which was the Catholic Church, about 1.5 years ago. And I just have to say, it's the best thing that could have happened to both of us. He's the first one to tell me, Mom, I know you tried to help me, but it was only God's intervention that would do it. So now he's in prison, and we're having the best relationship ever. And he's growing, he's teaching classes, he's volunteering and at the church there, and hopefully I'll see him soon.
Well, we'll certainly pray for that, Linda.
God works in ways I would never dream.
Right. Yeah,
So,
I'm thinking of so much here, Linda. We'll certainly pray for your son. And I'm reminded, first of all, that a week ago today we did a show called Has God Ever, Wake Up Call, Has God Ever Had to Get Your Attention? And like you were just saying, Linda, at the end of your comments, sometimes God uses circuitous ways to get us to where he wants us to be. And I'm recalling a very good friend of mine who, by means of a false accusation of molestation, was sentenced to 7.5 years in a state prison. And he's out now. The beautiful thing is, he too came to faith. He was searching among the different groups. There were evangelical groups, Promise Keepers groups, Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons and so forth. I'm going to finish on the other side of this break, and he eventually settled on Catholicism. I have more that I can say about that, though, Linda, so hang on. And Wendy and Allie, and we're going to get to all of your prayer intentions here, as many as we can anyway, on Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. Thank you so much for being with us.
Lauren Ashburn.
I've always been pro-life, but have never been able to talk about it in the news. And now, not only do I share it internally, but I share it with a global audience.
The leading Catholic voices are on EWTN Radio.
I'm Doug Keck. This is an EWTN Bookmark Brief. I just finished talking with Dr. David Penault about his book, The Crucifix on Mecca's Front Porch, A Christian's Companion for the Study of Islam, published by Ignatius, available through our religious catalog. Tell us, what's this book about? Why did you write it, and who is it for?
This book is intended as an introduction for the general Christian reader to Islam, but written in such a way that what I hope is that studying Islam can actually serve to help readers strengthen their own faith as Christians in the process. There are radical differences between the two faiths, and approach this in such a way that, as I said, one can strengthen one's own faith as a Christian.
And the book is The Crucifix on Mecca's Front Porch, A Christian's Companion for the Study of Islam, published by Ignatius Press, available through our EWTN religious catalog, EWTNRC.com. This has been a Bookmark Brief. We thank you for stopping by.
The wisdom of Mother Angelica.
The blood of Jesus shed on the cross healed all our wounds. A lot of people say, well, I can do what I want. I can commit any sin. Jesus saved me. You can't be presumptuous. All holy God cannot allow you to sin or give you the right to sin by dying for you. That doesn't make any sense.
For more information on Mother Angelica, visit Religious Catalog at EWTNRC.com.
Hi, this is Janet Williams. There's nothing like Women of Grace to explain the truth of our faith, Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern, here on EWTN Radio. Now, back to Take Two with Jerry and Debbie.
Thanks for starting your week off with Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. I'm Jerry Usher, along with Debbie Georgianni. And it's your Whom or What Are You Praying For monthly show. We're talking with Linda in Palm Springs, very near me, praying for her son who was in prison. And I just wanted to say, Linda, that this good friend of mine who was forced to spend those 7.5 years in a state prison, falsely accused, and he was offered a plea, and he wouldn't do that because he just knew that he hadn't done it. At any rate, he eventually came to faith in Catholicism. He got involved as like a sacristan in the chapel there in the prison. And he would say to me, and this really struck me, he would say, like, my cell is like a cell, like a monastic cell. You know how monks call their little quarters, they call it a cell. You know, and he would sometimes refer to his time in prison as he was on retreat. He was away on retreat because it became such an opportunity for him to grow in knowledge of his faith, in love of his faith, in a practice and living out of that faith. And he just was such an inspiration to so many others in the prison. So this is happening and is going to continue to happen with your son. Debbie, I think this is just such an uplifting phone call, and it would give hope, I pray, to anyone who has a loved one in prison, worrying about them. It's not a fun environment, and it's a dangerous environment sometimes. And you just wonder, you know, are they hardened or whatever? But so many people do truly, authentically come to Christ in this way.
Yeah, major conversion experiences happen within prison walls, Linda, and so that you know definitely should bring you a sense of comfort and hope throughout all this ordeal. The fact that he's in Thailand, that's got to be just breaking your heart, because you said you haven't seen him in 4 years. He's been there for 3 years. And so it's very difficult. What I would also suggest, to everything Jerry said, spot on, but also I would just suggest maybe for you to ask your guardian angel to talk, in quotes, because that's, they don't talk the way we talk to one another, but they do communicate in a rapid speed. I would ask your guardian angel to talk to his guardian angel. Maybe that would bring you more comfort. It could also possibly transmit messages back to you, so that you can get through this situation just in a more, I would say, connected way. Because as for a mother and a child to be separated, for so many miles away from one another, where you can't just go and drive there to see him, I mean, it's got to be heartbreaking. So, Linda, be assured the prayers are already coming in for your son and for you. So we hope that brings you some kind of encouragement and hope and consolation today.
Thank you so much. And happy birthday. I just one other thing. My son's name is Pete, and he tells me it's been Bible boot camp.
Bible boot camp.
There you
go.
And his name is Pete.
Much.
That's
his
the
name
rock.
Is Pete. Yeah. And Linda, we all know once boot camp is over and the boots hit the ground for real, you know what happens. Great things happen. Important things happen. And Pete is going to be very much utilized by the Lord in some powerful, powerful ways. I just feel it already. I'm just feeling it in my spirit right now.
Yep.
Thank you, Linda, for allowing us to share in that beautiful, beautiful testimony about your son.
Okay, Jerry, Patricia, Marianne, Mary Beth, Gigi, everybody's just flying in with text messages. I think my phone has officially exploded with they want everybody's sharing their birthday messages to you and wishing you a beautiful day and a beautiful year, Jerry. So,
that's so nice.
Oh, yeah, it's nice for me to answer and to be your secretary for this. That's okay.
I appreciate that. Yeah, the truth is coming out now, what Debbie's actually done for me for the last 4 years. So.
Yeah, really, and your assistant, your personal assistant.
All right, more of your prayer intentions. They're so important to you. Therefore, they are always important to us. Debbie and I both in the Take Two family pray for you every day. Wendy is going to join us with a prayer intention from Stanford, Montana, listening on the iHeartRadio app. Hello, Wendy. Thank you for calling Take Two with Jerry and Debbie.
Hello, and happy birthday, Jerry.
Thanks, Wendy. Appreciate it.
So I was calling for a prayer intention for my cousin, Lindsay. She's been through a rather arduous divorce and taken her about 3 years, unfortunately. And this last month, she was supposed to get a kid for the summer, and her husband filed some sort of a suit to where she can't speak to her children or text them at all, and she hasn't since the beginning of June. So I'm praying that she can be reunited with her children.
Okay, Wendy, if you've been listening to the show, you know that I have been going through this for 12 years now. So I can totally understand. I will take on these prayers for. Did you say Lindsay is her name? I just want to make sure.
Yes, Lindsay.
Oh, okay, can you give me the just not the names of the children, but the ages of the children, please?
She's got 3. One is 15, one is 12, and one is 9.
Okay, and how long has this been going on, the alienation or estrangement?
Well, the estrangement just for this last month, but the whole proceeding has been for about 3 years now. So
okay. There's a couple websites and a couple resources, Wendy. If you wanted to email me, I will be happy to give those to you, and you can get them over to Lindsay to give her some support. Unfortunately, I've become quite experienced in this area, not by choice. It's quite a heavy situation. So my heart just breaks for Lindsay, and I will definitely pray. I know the Take Two family will as well. But if you want to email me, I'll just shoot you off those resources. You can get them to Lindsay quickly, and that would really maybe, I think, support her and help her through this, especially with these latest legal developments. Take Two at EWTN.com. Okay, Wendy?
Take Two at EWTN.com. Yes, thank you.
You're very welcome. Tell Lindsay to don't give up hope, okay? She can get these children back. And, she's the mother of these children, and have her, please, just keep encouraging her never to lose hope.
I will do that. Thank you.
Okay, Wendy. Thank you.
Thanks, Wendy, for your call and more of your phone calls coming up. Do you mind if I get to an email or two?
No, that would be great. But can I ask you a question? We're getting a lot of text messages saying they would like to see, this is no joke. I'm not kidding. I'm reading one right now. They'd like to see Jerry on his birthday, and they're listening to the show, but want to watch it. So they just need to go to YouTube, Jerry and Debbie, right? Or EWTN Catholic Radio Facebook page, correct?
Either of EWTN's accounts. Yeah, Facebook, EWTN Catholic Radio on YouTube or Facebook. And there I am.
Okay, they would like to see Jerry on his birthday. Okay. Your secretary has is taking a break.
Well, God bless Sarah. Thank you. And so many emails coming in. I'm going to try to get to a bunch of them. Sarah wishes me birthday blessings. Thank you, Sarah. She says, pray for my grandson, Henry. He was born very early, over 2 years ago, and there was bleeding on his brain. Now over 2 years old and can't use his right hand and arm, and now is told he can't walk. Please pray for his healing, as I do also. Thank you kindly, and God bless. Sarah, prayers going out for about precious little Henry there and for all of you in the family. So keep us posted on that. But a lot of prayers with you already. And Debbie, you may have seen the email that we got from Eileen on the 29th. Yeah, you've been traveling. Eileen is one of our regular listeners and emailers. And folks, I want you to know this, because the Take Two family, you have been praying with us for Emma and Layla. They were twins born, and I'm mentioning this right on the heels of the story about Henry to give hope to Sarah and Henry and others, because Emma and Layla were in the hospital for months after being born. They were just tiny, tiny, tiny. Debbie, you have to see these pictures. These are the most adorable little girls in the world.
Did she send pictures? Oh,
yeah,
good,
yeah. And
good.
Emma and Layla's baptism and first birthday celebration just took place a few days ago.
Oh, praise
God.
God.
Yeah,
God.
I just wanted to mention that. First of all, because we've all been praying for that. Thank you again, Eileen. But also for little Henry, that, God does step in and he does help in these situations, and we're going to definitely beseech the Lord to do that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And folks, you're so kind. The messages are coming in very quickly for Jerry. We had our contact information at the Houston conference, Fullness of Truth. But when you're sending me these text messages, there's no name attached to it. So just, can you please give me your name so I could tell Jerry who it is? But Jerry, another one just came in. I'm assuming it's from maybe the Houston area. Happy birthday, Jerry. I know you're a little bit older, but oh, so much wiser.
Well, let's hope so. The older part, yes. The wiser is very debatable. That will be determined by others and not by me. But we want to get back to your phone calls here. So Allie is in Seneca Falls, New York, listening to Take Two on the Station of the Cross. Hello, Allie. Thanks for calling.
Hi. Thanks for taking my call.
Hi, Allie.
Hi. My prayer request is for myself. I actually go to the chiropractic college here in Seneca Falls, so I'm going to be a chiropractor. But the day before I was supposed to come back to school, my fiancé of 5 years decided that he was no longer in love with me and no longer could marry me. And it's just hard. I've talked to a lot of my friends here, some Christian, some not, but they've all kind of told me, yeah, we thought he was very abusive and controlling and made you into a person that, like, we didn't even recognize anymore, but we were afraid to tell you. And I said, well, what do you mean? And I think back to the past 5 years, and he would tell me that every fight we ever had was my fault, that I was crazy and needed to go on antidepressants, so I did. They weren't working, so he convinced me to convince my doctor to up my dosage. Just a lot of really small things, and it's hard for me to grasp that I fell for this, because as a child, I was abused by my family a lot. There was a lot of physical and emotional abuse. So I thought, out of anyone that I knew, I would know the warning signs. I would know what to do. And I didn't. I was blind in love, and I gave up a lot of myself for him. And so getting back to, who I am, and really, a couple of my friends, actually, from my undergrad, I went to a very conservative Christian college. They reached out to me, and they said, we're praying for you. Here's some music to help you, because you've always liked music. And I think the last 2 weeks, it kind of really hit me. Like, I need to rediscover who I am, but at the same time, seek treatment for the codependency that I had on him. But it's just been a very hard month. And I never call into these types of things, but I just feel like I need like a prayer support network. I'm actually a prayer warrior myself. So I'm so used to praying for other people, but I don't generally ask for prayer. So it's like super weird for me, you know?
Okay, so a couple things. We'll make you a deal. You pray for us, we'll pray for you, okay? So you keep up those prayers. And
even if you don't pray for us, Allie, we'll pray for you.
Right.
I may not remember all the names, but I will definitely put you in my prayer book.
Okay, I just wanted to hear you chuckle because you need to keep that laughter through all this, okay? So just, yes, absolutely. You can be assured, you're guaranteed the prayers, Allie, so know that. You're a believer, you went to this Christian school, okay, this happened to you, it broke your heart. I mean, I've been there, it's painful, but you have so many things to look forward to. Your chiropractic career and all the people that you're going to help through the way you practice, how wonderful is that? What I would say, I have to say this, although it was so painful for you because you invested 5 years in this relationship, okay, and you put a lot and you changed yourself, and like you said, you're seeking out the help now to kind of rid you of that codependent demeanor that you had adopted because being with this guy. Consider this a gift, Allie. Consider that God stepped in and said, not for my Allie. Okay, this is not going to happen to her. She's not going to go the rest of her life being married to this person who is going to keep her from what I have designed her to do. So it is a gift. You may not see it, but you will when you reach our age. And when I mean ours, Jerry and I combined, we're over 100 years old, Allie. So we live long lives. Okay, you're going to see it. You're going to look back and say, "Oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you for removing him from my life." So, Allie, what I would suggest, since you love music, okay, do yourself a favor, dive into Christian music, okay? That's what you love. And I would suggest too, since you talked about your story growing up, watch the movie. If you've seen it already, watch it a couple times. The true story of the lead singer of Mercy Me, I can only imagine. It's a beautiful, uplifting story of what he went through and how God is using him in very profound ways through his music. But then I would also too, Allie, deepen your prayer life. Get to know God better. Deepen your relationship with God. Get it really strong and really firm, and pray to God that if it's his will, to match you with somebody that is going to let you flourish and let you blossom as a Christian. Okay, it will happen. Trust me, I am living proof of it. I prayed for Marty, and I prayed very specifically, and Marty was placed in my life by God, and now we're married. So if that hopefully that gives you a lot of kind of excitement of what God has planned for you in the future. Does it help a little, Allie?
Yeah, I was actually the leader of my worship team at my church and 2 youth groups growing up. Yeah, it does. I'm honestly and I was in charge of human video teams, and I was in charge of outreach teams. And when I started dating him, he thought that was all weird. I mean, we were in a Christian courtship, but because of that, and he kept saying, well, I'm the head of the relationship and I make the decisions. And I'm like, okay. So I stopped going to the church that I loved, and I went to his church, and I stopped doing human videos, and I stopped listening to my favorite worship songs and listened to his favorite worship songs. So I've lost a lot of what really made me excited for God. And I have a church around here that I used to go to, but he thought it was weird. He's very Presbyterian. I'm very Pentecostal, so we kind of clashed and butt heads a lot. But yeah, my friends have actually been sending me a lot of the newer worship songs, and I really like them because all of mine are from the early 2000s, so they're a little outdated. But yeah, I'm excited to get my guitar back out and start singing again.
Good,
because he kind of really judged me to when I would sing my contemporary songs. So,
wow. Wow.
This is also beautiful, Allie. I agree with Debbie wholeheartedly. This is it's a gift to you. And what the other thing I'm seeing is it's a new start. You can begin again right now. And maybe, as Debbie was saying, find out who you really are, perhaps even for the very first time. Because it sounds like this gentleman, I'm sure he's a fine man in many ways, and we don't know him, we can't judge him. But it sounds like he may have used... Well, I'm thinking of when it sounded like he accommodated your Christianity and came along with that. And then maybe he must have read, perhaps in St. Paul, I think it's the Ephesians, where he says, wives, be submissive to your husbands, if he turned that over upon you. But what he forgot to do is read on from there. And it says, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. How did Christ love the church? He died for the church. So it's not a domineering thing. It's not. It is a headship. It's a headship properly understood. And so, Allie, you have got the world in front of you right now. You've got a blank palette, and your whatever your paint thing is all full of brand new paints of different colors. So, get out there and paint your world, Allie. You got the great chance right here.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Allie. Keep us posted, okay? You can always email us, take2@EWTN.com. Have a beautiful rest of your day in Seneca Falls, New York. Love that area and love your Station of the Cross. So thank you, Allie.
Real quick, and then, Debbie, you can take us back to calls.
Okay.
Many of you know about the beautiful, beautiful grounds at EWTN and the Shrine of the Most Blessed Sacrament in Hanceville, Alabama, all started by Mother Angelica, God rest her soul. And we certainly pray for her, and her legacy lives on in so many ways. This radio ministry, EWTN television, and also, of course, the Shrine. And as you have these very important prayer intentions, maybe think about combining, making a pilgrimage, but also, just combining it as a sort of a pilgrimage in proxy for someone that you know. Maybe take someone in your heart to the Shrine at Hanceville. You can take a tour of EWTN. There's a lot of things you can do down there. A great, great experience. Debbie and I have been there a number of times. You can get information to go to EWTN.com/pilgrimage if that sounds something like you'd like to do.
Sounds great. Okay, as Jerry promised, back to the phones. Patrick, Cleveland, Ohio, listening on the Rock. Welcome, Patrick, to Take Two.
Thanks for taking my call. I wonder if I can get prayers for my wife and my oldest daughter.
Absolutely. Sure.
Sure thing.
Well, my wife has secondary progressive MS. She's worsening, and I'm asking for prayers, just if nothing else, just to slow it down, because she's slowly losing her ability to. She's in a wheelchair. I have to hire a caregiver. So, number one for her.
Okay.
And secondly, my daughter, Kimberly, my oldest daughter, she's 29. She works at the University of Michigan now. She just recently got a PhD, a doctorate in chemistry. We're very proud of her. But I started off in a Catholic school, went to Catholic high school, went to the University of Duquesne, and then that's when it just started. She started getting tattoos, piercings. She went to the University of Michigan, and she got caught up in this whole gender ideology. It just breaks my heart because she used to pray all the time before meals, and I just see this, and she has these tattoos. Half her head is shaved, and then when she signs her emails, it's she/they. So I don't know what that means, some sort of fluid gender thing. And I guess we recently found out she's going out with this boy. He's actually a boy, but she refers to him as they. Because I love they, so it's just really so weird. It's just, I pray all the time. I pray so hard for her every day. I think of her, and I just hope she'd come back to the faith and just get some sense, because this is crazy. It doesn't make any sense, this whole thing. So
There's
I'm
a
just
lot.
asking for extra prayers for Kimberly.
Okay, there's a lot of confused people right now, and so your daughter's right in the mix of it. And I know I constantly stress this, and probably folks listening to the Take Two show, you're going, oh, we know what Debbie's answer is going to be. It's always about the angels. Yes, and after this conference, I realized they're a lot more powerful than we make them out to be. Patrick, you said you're praying every day for your daughter. Please ask your guardian angel to communicate with her guardian angel. She has one. She obviously obviously has kind of closed the door a little bit on that, but her guardian angel's right next to her. Her guardian angel is praying. Remember, they behold the face of God at the same time ministering to your daughter. So your daughter's guardian angel is praying so hard to bring her back. So get your guardian angel to kind of team up and communicate. And for your wife, we have your wife in our book and your oldest daughter as well. But Patrick, we added you as well, and also the caregivers that you hired for your wife. You guys, Patrick, everybody's got to take care of themselves as well so they can be the best that they can be in helping others. And so you know what? It's kind of a team, a group effort, okay? And you guys can get through this, but make sure that everybody's individually also taking care of themselves, because it's important. It's not a selfish thing, Patrick. So God bless you. You're a strong soul, and you got a big family, and you're caring for each and every member. And so God bless you on that. Blessings for you.
Yeah. Patrick, I know that it can feel like, this certainly is your situation, so it's very burdensome for you, but know that your situation is not unique, unfortunately. And the one thing that comes to my mind and my heart, Patrick, is pray especially that God will bring the right people into your daughter's life. It's very possible, it's unlikely she's going to listen to you right now just because it's a parental thing. She wants to be the adult and make her own decisions and go her own path, and that's what we all should applaud in our young people as they grow up, even though sometimes it's the wrong path. But there are people that she will listen to. She's gonna encounter people who, even though they may be sort of in the same milieu that she is in, people are asking questions, at least in their own minds and hearts. And they may not be showing that, but eventually they may get the answers, and they may be able to say to Kimberly, look, here's what I've kind of found, this path with God over here. Would you like to join me at church or something? And I'm sure all the seeds you planted in her mind and heart, Patrick, are going to come back very, very strong someday. So have that hope, and know that the entire Take Two with Jerry and Debbie listening family is praying for all of the intentions, like Debbie said, including you. I was going to say that too.
Absolutely. Okay, Patrick? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is the part that we really don't like to get to. We love to pray, but we don't like to get to saying that we can't get any more on the air. So Sophie and Alicia, Vicky and the others, everybody texting in, everybody coming in on YouTube or Facebook, will read all the prayers. God knows your prayers. You put them out there, okay? You put them out there. So we're going to just kind of bundle them all up in a virtual way right now. And all those that are still unspoken and that are in the deep recesses of your hearts, just think about them right now, get them all together, gather them up, all the praise, all the petitions, all the requests, everything. Remember, like Jerry says, and I've said it as well, we serve a big God, right, Jerry? So what do you think?
Yeah, God is not, and nothing is impossible with God. Just want to thank Valerie and Deborah and Lucia and Dave and Alex and the others on social media. Valerie, beautiful praise report. She had the Take Two family praying. They couldn't sell their home, Debbie, and they finally managed to do that and got into a beautiful new home and a lot of other good things. And we're praying also for your friend's husband as well. So, Heavenly Father, we come before you at the end of this broadcast today, and we just we gather up all of the prayers, those from the callers who got on the air, those who were on hold at the end of the program, those who emailed, posted on the website, social media, and those who just thought in their minds and hearts. Father, include my prayers in this prayer, in this beautiful gift, spiritual bouquet, Father, that we want to present to you. You know the needs of each and every one of us. We pray that you will pour out your grace and abundance right now. Lord, blow us away with your goodness, with your mercy, with your forgiveness, with your healing, with your reconciliation. And we thank you, Father. We thank you for the Take Two family and this opportunity to come together once a month. Of course, we're praying for everybody every day. And we do this always in Jesus' holy name. Amen.
Amen. And we also said that we were going to pray the Memorare, so we're going to leave that up to you to do at home. So please pray the Memorare and ask our Blessed Mother to be part of your journeys. Please do that, folks. Tomorrow is about tech gadgets at Mass or in confession. That's tomorrow's show. Again, happy birthday, Jerry. Everybody, have a beautiful and blessed day.
Dr. Ray Wendy, make you